Hi, Virgo. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, I am here to do your love reading. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So, we're going to go ahead and take a look here at what is going on for you in love, Virgo. There is kind of a feeling here of, with the Two of Pentacles, some of you might find that you are juggling some priorities at the moment. It could also feel that you are a little bit out of sorts in some particular way. Maybe you're trying to get something off the ground or to start something, but it kind of requires you to fit that certain thing into your life in a different way. And that could require some changes. And so this could be one of the things here too. It's something with the infinity here too, and like the 11 or 1 1. It feels like we're kind of entering into, like a new circle sort of, and we have to fit everything that we're taking with us into that circle, which could require some reprioritizing and getting things together. So with the Two of Pentacles, yeah, it could be a little bit of a time of back and forth or chaos of some sort for some of you. I'm hearing rose-colored glasses. We have the Page of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So, wow, Judgment and the Sun here at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Cups. So in my last reading I did, which I titled something about listening to your intuition, the Four of Cups was there as well. And this is some major energy here. I'm hearing sleeping eyes are awake. So with the Judgment and the Sun, yeah, sleeping eyes are awake, and something about the glasses too. So we'll see how that ties in. But for some of you, there could be something that you are beginning to see clearly about maybe a person, or just it could even be rose-colored glasses in any type of way that you've been maybe sitting here in this Four of Cups energy and needing to kind of look at your life in a more like broader sense in terms of what types of things can you take off the rose-colored glasses with, and are you replacing those with something new. So this definitely could be like new belief systems, new identity, kind of putting yourself out there in a new form, I feel. And with the pentacles we have here too, the Two Pentacles, it could definitely be in a practical sense as well, where you are maybe beginning to see some area of your life that needs to change. And with the Page of Wands, it feels like it's a positive change of, that also came up, I think, too, in the previous reading I did of, and yeah, have faith in your dreams is at the bottom. Prosperity lies ahead. So for a lot of you, this new moon in Scorpio is beneath this. Work through your fears, which is coming up also, I think, a little bit past or a little bit later than the 1111 portal. So I think that for a lot of you, this Taurus energy here too, I was getting, I don't know if Taurus is somehow aspecting this, but it feels like this is about your prosperity. And with the Page of Wands here too, and the Seven of Pentacles, creating room for these experiences to come in. With that reference I was getting about fitting something through the circle, it feels like with the Seven of Pentacles here, there might be certain things again that you're re-evaluating this 1111 portal, and to have faith in your dreams in terms of something new that you're trying to create, which you will have to, again, fit sort of into that circle. And I feel like some of you, this is also like a really positive change that's happening within your ability to, with the Sun and the Judgment card, your ability to work through your fears surrounding prosperity in any form, abundance. How can you cultivate more abundance for yourself? And I think this Judgment and the Sun is going to bring that forth within you, which might require you to work through the fears about, are you allowing this abundance in? Are you allowing your past to hold you back? Or are you opening yourself up to the prosperity that this kind of new dream could be for you, or this new cycle? And I'm also getting to an energy about romance here too. We have the Wheel of Fortune. There could be, and here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so a lot of Pentacles are coming up, which I feel like the main message here has a lot to do, once again, with your stability, finances, career, if this is for you. And I'm hearing that classic phrase, sometimes things have to fall apart to fall back together. And I really do feel with the Wheel of Fortune, there's a really strong energy here for whoever this is for, that your kind of falling together moment is coming where maybe it has fallen apart, or certain things with the Two of Pentacles have to fall apart, which I'm getting for a lot of you. This has a lot to do with maybe something practical in your life that you are needing to change or to release. But I feel like let's see, Four of Swords, something about don't close the door on, what is this? Four of Wands, the Two of Swords. What else, Spirit, about this 1111 portal? What else do we have coming through here? There's a feeling of, I'm hearing something about the shadow is on your side. And there's also something about ravens, which again came up in my last reading. So there's a strong connection to these collective readings, but there's something with this Two of Swords. There's power in the shadow. And I feel like there's certain things that helping to see clearly is actually the ingredient kind of that's going to set you free into your abundance for the future with this Four of Wands. So it really feels like you are kind of putting these X-ray goggles on somehow and seeing your life in different lens and seeing situations and people in a different light. And because of that, the shadow from that with the Four of Swords here too, I think a lot of you have been through some deep cleansing work here, and you have been really with the broomstick, something about just like even like your subconscious or sleeping. It feels like you've been doing a lot of work in that realm to clear yourself from any clutter. And I think that as you begin to see people and situations in that more clear light, it kind of will become more of a pure channel for you to have this abundance with the Four of Wands and anything that you may have been holding back on. There's like a very celebration type of energy with these flowers here too, and the Four of Wands. It feels like there's something about a celebration to where you have a lot to celebrate, and you will have a lot to celebrate. And there's a message about like keep going with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords here. I think this portal is really going to be kind of a transitional period where you are able to see that these experiences are possible for you and to not give up. So if you've been feeling like you're giving up, or if you feel like there's certain parts of your life or certain parts of yourself that you feel like you're giving up on, or with that Two of Swords, it's like it's much closer than you think. It's just around the bend here. Meditate and contemplate. Saving the best for last, I'm hearing. I don't know what that's about. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, I feel like with the Two of Swords, again, some of you might have to, let me see what that is. Some of you might have to meditate on something or to think about some area of your life here with the two and the two. It's like, I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, there's a conclusion in reach once again to sort of spin that wheel for you and give you something else on that wheel. And I feel like with the, like we have a heart here, a ring here, and it represents different areas of your life or different parts of doors that you're opening and what's possible for you. And I think that there might be certain things that you have to put to rest with this Four of Swords. And some of you, there's a feeling of like a long dragged out journey of something that was bothering you is going to be laid to rest. It feels like you're finding kind of the solution to that. You know, you're pulling the plug on something, or it feels like your shadow, with the shadow side here, all of the shadow work that you've done is like culminating into this conclusion, which can give this birth to these dreams. So, you know, your hard work is paying off here too, is at the bottom. So I feel like this is definitely a message that for those of you who need to hear this, and if you found this, this portal is really going to push you further into your light. And I think you might have to make certain sacrifices with that Seven of Pentacles here as well. And we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is mental clarity. I was getting something about love, so I'm going to return to that message in a minute. But with the Ace of Swords here, it really feels like I'm hearing you can't make this up. So maybe some of you are going to feel like there's going to be a moment that will come in, and it's going to feel like that kind of moment where there was no possible way I could make this up, whatever that is. Maybe something that, like with the Wheel of Fortune here too and the Ace of Swords, it does feel like some opportunity or some big moment arrives kind of for you mentally or maybe even physically. Something with a black cat here too, like a messenger. Something will send you a message about this, and it's going to feel like that kind of moment where like I could never have made this up, you know, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to put it. It's kind of a feeling of it could even be like a really big manifestation for some of you, and you're going to realize that you've been manifesting this all along, but you never thought that you could have it, or you never thought that it was possible, or maybe you just forgot about it, but then it kind of comes back around. For some of you, it could be a love, because I was getting that, and I will go into that. And we might do an extended as well about love, just in particular, because it feels like there's a lot with the 1111 here too, and like twin flame connections, higher level soul connections. Visualize and imagine your dreams. Yeah, and with the dreams, we have dreams twice, and we have this Piscean kind of energy with the Northern Lights here too. It feels like something like that, where for a lot of you though, with the Ace of Swords, this is something that I feel for some, let me see, what is this here? What else, Spirit, for group, on our group? I don't know, I thought I was doing a pick a card reading for a minute. For the collective, what else? Start from scratch, connect with Spirit, and we have admit your faults. There's something about healing with music is coming up as a side note. Some of you are using music as a form of healing to kind of release emotions or to bring some emotions to the surface, I feel. And that's something that can be really healing for you right now. But yeah, there's a really strong message with this start from scratch and the Ace of Swords that some of you are even, like I said, with the admit your faults here, you might be coming to terms with certain parts of yourself that you have either like not forgiven yourself for certain things, or you are just kind of putting the dots together about certain aspects of how you've shown up in the world here and how you can reconnect yourself to a deeper purpose and meaning. A lot of purples coming up with the connect to Spirit and the embrace of spiritual love here too. So this is a really powerful time for self-realizations and for self-growth, I feel. And a lot of you will find kind of, again, I keep getting an ingredient, like something with like a recipe, and you were missing the paprika, and the paprika was a part of you that can give you the solution to your further abundance and your dreams here. And I think that you're going to find that ingredient within you that you didn't have in your cabinet before. You know, it's that kind of feeling where you're starting from scratch entirely. This 1111 portal is really, again, reconnecting you with Spirit, a very spiritual time. So even with the meditate and contemplate, it could be a good day or good time now leading up to this here too, to set aside some time to meditate on your dreams, visualize them, write them down, something to where you can call in those dreams and to really set kind of the energy. It's almost like a template I'm getting. Like when you set the template for this with this like dots and everything here too, you set the template for what's to come in your story. Something which no longer serves you is about to end. I'm getting a lot of writing here too, so some of you could be writing, or again, something with writing things down, might be helpful, or you can connect you with yourself, or journaling, something like that. But I feel like let's see. Yes, angel of abundance. A steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. So we have so many, excuse me, confirmations of that. And again, that did come up in the last 2 readings I did, especially the one before the last one. So something about your soul tribe is coming in. There's a connection to that same message here with the angel of abundance. And we also have the palm tree too. So a lot of stability coming in, which again could be about love. But I feel like this is really something that you've asked for in one way or another. And you're being asked to follow your intuition right now, let go of any logic. And that's what I think too with the dreams here too, and the dreams over here, and this 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. For some of you, this is a message to let go of your fears surrounding whatever is kind of blocking the path of clear movement in the mind, or clear manifestation of this. So it's kind of like with that 2 of Swords energy and the shadow aspect and the conclusions, there's maybe parts of your ego that are like almost like a little ego death or something that I feel can make way for more of a fluid connection with spirit, and that will catalyze this abundant flow. So let go. You're being really asked right now to let go of any logic. Not entirely, of course, but there's just a feeling of sort of trying to, it's like if you're trying to put a dream into something that is sterile and fixed and rigid, it's going to be difficult for the universe to provide that for you, because it's so much surrounded by tension and rigidity. So there's a feeling of more of like an openness and expansion. And for some of you, this will require maybe even some deeper shadow work, or you're ending that, I feel, but maybe some last part of it with the admit your faults here too, that perhaps there's some areas that you've been too much holding on to, or that you have been needing to release, what's no longer serving you, what kind of congests your aura, and what congests your dreams. Angel of vision. I feel like there's a certain, let me see if this is a spirit guide. There's something about knowing something that you don't, which is, yeah, Judgment, 3 of Pentacles. Here's the Sun again. Knowing something that you don't know, and this is why you're being asked to follow your intuition. So for example, it could be something that, I don't know what example I could use for this, but something along the lines of, you might want something a particular way, or you might be holding yourself back because you think that it can only come to you in one form. But there's actually like a guide, or just the universe, some specific guide, I feel. Possibly could be somebody around you too who could offer something to you, but it feels like something that you don't see is behind the scenes, and spirit is wanting you to let go of your intuition because they see what your intuition can't currently, and what you will see it soon if you haven't already. Some of you might already see this, but it's a certain really beautiful happiness here, and joy and celebration that is around the corner here. And it really feels like a very strong message about that I keep getting. The angels are around you. I'm not going to show this card because it has a little bit of nudity, but the angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. Yeah, it really feels like with this Judgment and the Sun. Tell me more about what the specifics are of this Judgment and Sun. It's really just connected to a lot of your personal dream. I keep getting whatever that is with the sun here too, and the sun in the background. Something that you have either wanted for a while, or something that you've always dreamed of, or just a connection to your higher self in a way that your life can be more enjoyable and happy and illuminating. And it's just like there's a feeling of a lot of things are birthing in the form of other people. Some of you actually might be, which also came up too, meeting new people that can help you along this journey. So people could show up in your life. It could just be something small, like you meet people and they say something to you just like a passerby, but they give you something that you need to hear. But it can also be people who are going to be a part of your life or a part of your work life, career, friendship, romance. Something about cats keeps coming up here. So some of you might connect with cat energy. But there's something about, like, I don't know why I'm getting like a bunch of stray cats, but they come together. They come together to heal each other and to help each other through any challenges that they go through. So there's something about the community aspect here of things. And so that could be for some like a person physically in the world who knows something that can bring you abundance, that you have to follow your intuition to get there though. So I'm trying to think of an example, but like I guess if somebody has an offer for you that can accelerate your career, for example, and maybe there's something about it that they know that this could help you, or they are just sent by spirit to help you, but you are saying that, no, I can only do it this way. I can only do my work this way. I'm not open to this way. But if you become open to this way, this is where the abundance can also follow. So there's some kind of energy being sent to you, which I feel is going to be through people in the form of other people, and also for you to be working with spirit to reconnect you with yourself. That's what I was getting to with the sun. There's a beautiful energy here of reconnecting to the self. So let's see if there's anything about love, and then I will do an extended because I feel like there's a lot here that I could talk about. So I will look more into just what you need to know using some different cards. We'll try to get more specifics on what these areas could be. And then I will see also if I can pick up on just any channeled intuitive messages about the energy. And then we'll also go deeper into love. But let's just see what comes up in love here to see what it is. So we have, here's the sunglasses. That's what I was getting in the beginning of the reading, and I forgot. There was something about rose-colored glasses. And they're taking you to a dream that I had recently. So some of you could be having dreams about this, or there's somebody specific popping up in your dreams maybe. That could be, someone could be wanting to talk with you, wanting to, yeah, definitely somebody wants to talk to you here. Karmic relationship. Here we have the sword and the rose, so very similar to that Ace of Swords, some type of truth and clarity coming in about love. I'm hearing mudslide, self-indulgence. So here's shadow work again. I feel like for some of you there's a karmic relationship that is acting as kind of a avalanche or a mudslide to, if you think of like a mudslide, you know, it's like dredging up everything and it's flowing out of you. And I don't know if this is because there's going to be some communication about this or because you're receiving truth about this. Let me look a little bit more and see. But there's definitely something with this karmic relationship that I feel and now I'm hearing that phrase, if you love me at my worst, then you can love me at my best, or something like that. What is this, Spirit? I am seeing the number 1111, so something about this 1111 portal, even for some of you, if you've been seeing 1111 on the clock, the Hierophant, Okay, let me grab that card, flew on the ground. Five of Cups. Okay, but what is this love call? Tower in reverse. I'm hearing the name Lance. Three of Wands. Open Arms. Knight of Cups. So there's something about having open arms. It's also that song, I think, by Journey, Open Arms. There's a feeling of having open arms when it comes to love here. And I feel like with this Ten of Swords and the Tower in reverse, Five of Cups, that's kind of the energy of that mudslide. A lot of energy that is needing to be released as it relates to a karmic relationship. Somebody who you have, again, been looking at or looking for, or they've been looking for you. And there's a feeling here of something unsaid that has been pressing on you, something that you haven't said to somebody or they haven't said to you, but there's a need to say it or a need to talk about it. And it's almost like I'm getting, for some of you, this is the actual manifestation of that. But others of you, there's almost a feeling here of releasing the expectation surrounding this or releasing this individual. But let me get a little bit more here. Spirit, what else can you tell me about this? Because I keep getting something about time, how this has been a long time or time has slipped away with this Ten of Swords here too, and how this person is on the ground. It's like time has slipped away, and confidence is the key to your success. You are good enough. So, I mean, a lot of this ties back in with the you are good enough card and the card we had in the beginning, or the rose-colored glasses, that whatever this is for you, I think that it is going to show you a lot of parts of yourself that you have neglected. And it seems like it could be, again, triggered by a conversation that's had, somebody who does contact you. It could also be triggered by just the idea of this or what's already passed by, I feel, for some of you. And there's a feeling with that Tower in reverse of needing to take off the rose-colored glasses with this particular situation, I feel. And it almost feels like with the Knight of Cups, this is also helping you to receive love again, or to get love back, kind of. It's almost like it's clearing the love, it's clearing your love, I don't know, your love bank somehow. So I'm getting, it's clearing kind of that area or that particular part of your life in your love life, so that you can see, again, connections more clearly, you can see people more clearly, and ultimately you can attract more love to you because of that. So this could look like being confident within yourself when it comes to having a conversation with somebody, and knowing, you know, what you deserve and what you want can shift the dynamic into one of more love ultimately, and not so much of like a held back or pent up energy. Yeah, so communication here again. Expect powerful change. I'm getting something about nervousness. Like I'm seeing somebody is very nervous to step out of their comfort zone. Yeah, somebody's nervous here, but we're talking about love. So I feel like this, again, I want to look more at this, and I will get a few different cards now for love too for this reading, just to get a little bit more into who this is or what this is. But because it feels like for some of you, somebody feels nervous about talking to you and they need to be confident. And then you are also going to be met with the same kind of energy to where you are working through your own fears to be confident in yourself and to feel worthy of love. And that could be how two people, come together, because you are feeling more worthy and you're recognizing the parts that you have seen in rose-colored glasses, and then you have somebody else who has been feeling nervous about themselves looking at you from afar, and this together, the kind of combustion of that can create a change in the dynamic between the two of you. And it's definitely something which would be like it could be a new person, new love, but it can also be kind of the new phase of a certain connection with the Knight of Cups here, to allow for more love and not so much anger or frustration or hate or whatever the emotion is. It feels like there's something with this karmic relationship, like a lesson, turmoil. But let me look a little bit more at this here. Okay, so I just grabbed this other love deck, and we have this divine portal at the bottom, which is the 1111 portal, a higher vibrational shift, time to make big changes, doors are opening. And this is a love deck here. So I feel like there are doors opening in love, but tell me more about this. What's going on here with the communication, the talking? What is this here? Okay, it just flew out again. Yeah, with the step out of your comfort zone here too. Again, there's a divine portal opening here in love. And I'm seeing those eyes that are wide awake again, like somebody wakes up from a dream and their eyes are wide awake. It feels like something is definitely a powerful change here that is illuminating a certain truth. I'm hearing the name Sam. Okay, we have single life, clueless. There's somebody who's clueless about how to approach you right now. They have their eyes on you. I feel like this is somebody who does really like you, or they love you, or they have a lot of emotion for you with this love call. But I feel like they don't know how to go about this with the sunglasses. They are feeling a bit clueless about your connection. Again, sunglasses. I'm hearing a heavy heart. So I'm trying to see what this is here. Heavy heart. Yeah, photograph. Somebody who's nostalgic. You could be nostalgic about them. They could be nostalgic about you. It's like there's a heavy heart here, but there's a cluelessness about how to do anything about it. And I feel like this is maybe what the breakthrough will be, is that somebody will do something about it. Somebody will finally, it says here, a weighted message arrives, and also thinking about calling, thinking of you and letting you know. So it feels like a frustrating energy though, where there's just something that hasn't moved or progressed when it comes to this individual. And I feel like there's a lot of emotion though connected to it. I'm also getting though for some of you too, because this will depend on your situation. Some of you are also just nostalgic about somebody, but I feel like what's happening is that maybe you are coming to the realization that, like, if you don't receive this certain message, or if you don't receive communication, it's time for you to move forward or to move on. And so there might be this divine portal which will take you into a different kind of location in your love life, with the Nine of Cups here too. So there's like almost like an empty feeling of this situation that you've been maybe waiting for. Something about perfume here is coming up. Somebody could think about you when they smell a certain perfume. Yeah, very confusing situation here. There are many created characters playing a part in this show. No one is who they appear to be, including you. Slowly take off the mask to reveal who you're really dealing with. So it seems like this situation I'm picking up on in love, when I said the glasses here too, and here we have the mask, there's something that you're not seeing, they're not seeing, nobody's being real, nobody is communicating. There's something where it's like maybe desiring to communicate, desiring to talk, but this cluelessness about like, you know, who are they to you or who are you to them, or some confusion here in the middle of the situation. And maybe this is where communication is needed for the two of you to again get to the next sort of portal or the next level in your relationship, depending on who you are or who this is. And it can also be too that there's like a lot of emotion here, but somebody is refusing to, we're not refusing, but they haven't just come forward to say it. And there's an energy here of, again, they need to be confident and you are also needing to take off the mask. So it's like you're both dancing in masks here, and two people really are being encouraged to kind of let that go and to step out of your comfort zone in whatever way that's going to work for you or however that's going to resonate with you, because it feels like this certain way of going in circles is not working anymore, and I'm hearing it's reaching its expiration. So there's no more left with this certain cycle. It's like it's like something which is done now. You know, it may have been needed for a while, or it may have been fun for a while, but now it's like there's no more need for this anymore because you're both outgrowing your masks. You're both outgrowing the person that you were before in order to become a new person, which is helping you both to, again, sort of walk through this divine portal. But it's kind of a feeling of a lot of mixture here of energy. Yeah, but this is all positive actually, because this is my Haunted Heart Oracle, and there's a lot of shadow cards for sure, but these are some of the two most positive cards in the deck. So this is somebody who is manifesting you. This person is highly skilled at manifesting you. They are deeply wise. When they know what they want, they will get it. And what they want right now is you. They're pulling on you. And then we have this time period is bringing in an abundance of ripe, juicy options in love. You will have your hands full, so get ready to be showered with attention and collect your bounty. So, you know, yeah, this divine portal I feel is opening a lot of options in love, but there's somebody definitely coming up really strongly who has been manifesting you. They seem to know what they're doing, so they could be very spiritual, or they just don't even know they're doing it maybe, but they are pulling really heavily on you right now. They seem to be really into you. They could be looking at your photographs. They could be spying on you, but it doesn't appear to be like in a negative sense, I feel. Yeah, it's more of like a feeling of, I want to start this with you, but I feel left out in the cold. I feel lonely. I feel afraid to do it. They feel lack of confidence here. So what's going to happen then? Six of Wands, the Magician. Something really magical is happening here. Three of Cups. But I am getting, for a lot of you, there's almost a feeling where they will have to find you in the crowd now, because you have other people who are interested in you and you have other new love offers coming in. So it's almost like a feeling where it's something kind of cliche, like they maybe didn't know what they had until you were gone. And it's something also where like now that you have realized your value and you maybe are ready for new love, that's usually when somebody from the past comes back. And that's something that I feel is happening here. But if it's not somebody from like the far past, it could just be someone who you are maybe even dating or talking to, but you need to know that this person does have a lot of passion for you, and they seem to be like very, very interested in you, very invested in you, and they could come forward. I'll look in the extended, but they could come forward to offer this to you. And this would be something which the two of you would start kind of this new out of the comfort zone kind of, energy between the two of you. Again, a stable love. Something about trees and fruits and vegetables with the pumpkin here and the palm tree here. Yeah, a lot of really, really beautiful energy. So something is really in the air here. You are attracting this passion, attracting love, the Magician, the Six of Wands, as you take off the mask. So it's really like we all have to take off the mask here at this point to become ourselves, because as you are yourself, then you attract the most genuine version of the person who you're marrying, or you attract the most genuine version of people. And it's time to collect this bounty now. And because you have become yourself, you have somebody who is strongly thinking about you and manifesting you. So I think I'll leave it here, and I will go more into the extended, and I think we'll just look into definitely more about who the specific person is who's manifesting you, and we'll look and see what options, or what's the kind of, if we can pick up on like an outcome here, what they might want to say to you that they're not saying. And then we will also look at just like a general energy with this that we had come up here, and just kind of see what else Spirit has. And then I will see if I can pick up on some specifics with the scrying ball as well, of energy around you. So I hope that this could help whoever this is for. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the 1111 portal. And if you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love.